Hey everyone, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to start on an inventory system. So bear with us, it might take just a little bit. So I'm going to move these sliders up to the top of the screen, anchor them to the top left. I'm going to delete the terrain so we have more contrast. I'm going to go 3D object, cube. Yeah, I'll put this at -1. No, minus 0.5. Yep. Oops, I just made a script on a material. Create material, gray. This ground. Alright, let's get started on the UI for the inventory. So let's go inventory, canvas. That's not right. Looks better. I'm going to drag this under the player, go right click create, UI, button. Bring it down to the bottom left. First off, let's make it a square. So let's go say 100 by 100. Let's go 60 by 60. Enough for me. Let's put the text. Here, make it 1. Take off fill center. Let's duplicate this. Let's rename this slot 1 button. Let's call this selected slot 1. And delete the text for that. Let's take away the button component. Let's make that blue. And last of all, let's go right click, UI, image. I'm going to put on UI mask. Say 80 by 80. See if we can still click the button. Yep. Let's go ahead and do this again. And also going to make that a UI mask. And we'll call this item sprite. Just add a 1. Alright, let's duplicate that. Gorgeous. That slot 2 button. Slot 3 button. And let's do 4 slots. Just keep it simple. But you can add as many as you want just by following along to what we do with the first. 4 of them. Alright, let's make a new C# script. Call it inventory. Drag it onto our player. Let's go ahead and open that. Alright, so let's go public int slot IDs. Okay, let's go public int selected slot. Alright, let's come back to Unity. Let's go right click, create C# script, inventory slot, and we'll add this to all these buttons. Alright, so we'll go public integer slot ID. Alright, let's come to our inventory slot script. Let's go public inventory script. Let's go public void clicked. Inventory script dot click slot ID. Public void click int ID. Public bool slot selected. And let's go is slot selected. Slot selected equals true. Slot IDs ID. Now let's go selected slot ID equals 1. Public integer selected slot. Let's go selected slot equals ID. Let's go is selected slot equals 1. Let's go public gamma object selected UI. Add these squares. We'll go for int I equals 0. Selected UI.length. I dot selected UI I dot set active false. Selected UI 1 dot set active true. Do the same for 2, 3, and 4. Selected slot, let's make that 5. Slot IDs, let's make that 5. And selected UI, let's make that 5. Let's create empty object. Put on the misc 0, 0, 0. We'll call it null. Drag that into element 0. And then we're gonna assign these and rename them. Then we're going to come to the button. Let's select all of them. Go plus. Drag the player on. Let's go inventory. Actually, no, we're going to drag that on. Yeah. Now we're going to do it individually. So we're going to drag the slot 1 button on, and then we're going to go inventory slot, clicked. Inventory slot, clicked. Inventory slot, clicked. And I spelled inventory wrong. There's no N in my code. Oh well. Not sure we can fix that. Come this far. Inventory slot. Alright, beautiful. This is still here, gorgeous. I'm going to slide, drag it up here to make this inventory. And let's see if that worked. Of course it didn't, because it hates us. So slot 1 button, we're going to put slot ID to 1. Slot 2 button to 2. Slot 3 button to 3. And slot 4 button to 4. Let's try that again. So we'll take away this if statement. Save that, come back. And let's give that a shot. Alright, so that's the start of an inventory. So we've got the UI, and we can select our slots. In the next episode, we'll get into probably the adding of items to the inventory. So let's maybe do a start on that right now. Let's come to our inventory script. So probably void add item. Let's go if slot IDs 1 equals 0. Let's come up here, let's go int let's just do ID. Slot IDs 1 equals ID, then return. Slot IDs 2 equals 0, and then slot IDs 2 equals ID. Slot ID 3 equals 0, then slot IDs 3 equals ID. And last but not least, is slot IDs 4 equals 0, then slot equals 4 equals ID. Alright, beautiful, that should be a lot easier to add right now. Alright, gorgeous, I shall see you in the next episode. Bye!